Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's edition of the Daily Market Commentary. I'm your host, Chuck Fulkerson. Hope everybody had a great trading day yesterday as we had a live trade room. So some of the lines that you see are from our live trade room yesterday morning. Two quick announcements. Number one, if you're watching this on my personal YouTube page, the Chuck Fulkerson YouTube page, do me a favor, go to youtube.com/tradersarmy and make sure that you're a subscriber to the Traders Army page. I'm going to be stopping the daily market commentary on my personal page as of April the 1st. So April 1st, Traders Army YouTube page, that's where you're going to want to go to get everything that we do on a daily basis. Also some great things there, 60 seconds to better trading. We actually just uploaded a new sector rotation class on there, so make sure that you go visit. Number two, if you have not already done so, we are running out of spots at our online Traders Summit. It's going to be a full day where we've got myself and 5 other instructors, Corey Lane, Justin Krebs, Brendan Waddell, Sam Evans, Taylor Frame, some of my best friends in the industry, frankly, great people. This is not a pitch. This is not a sales pitch day. A lot of people are worried about those kind of things. This is just a day to give you ideas and thoughts, things around how to trade multiple asset classes, spread trading on futures, how do I do options on futures. That's all going to be on that day, Thursday, April 2nd. We're limited to 1,000 people. I think we've already got about 800 or so registered. So register now so you don't miss out. Okay, let me go ahead and get into what we have going today. So in the S&P today, we're down about 60 points. Yesterday, we had a really nice setup from our live trade room, and we hit that at the end of the day, and it hit, I talk a lot about these wick over wick levels. We hit this wick over wick level and have gotten a really nice move away from that zone. So if you participated in that zone, you were able to get a pretty nice move out of that level. And that's where we're coming down from today. So, if you've gotten that one, I would say at this point, take your stop, move it down to above this high to lock in a bit of profit. That locks you in about 25 points worth of profit from that area. As we're down significantly from the highs at the end of the day yesterday, right through here. Now, as we're dropping, there is a level down here to pay attention to if you're interested in a long. It's this little wick over wick area right here. Once again, our big picture, if I go to the 4-hour chart, still hasn't changed directions. And so our big picture, we did get a higher swing high and a higher swing low. Actually, we did get a little bit of a shift yesterday. So it's okay to look at this area here for a long. If this fails, which I've seen these kind of things do before, I think we could see it go up significantly lower. So just keep an eye. This is a good little reversal. We've gotten a nice run off of this bottom. Does it mean that I think that this downward move is over? No, I don't think so, personally. But I'm going to take what the market gives me. And right now it's giving me that little 1-hour opportunity for a long after catching this nice short right here from yesterday's live trade room. So I'm gonna take this level and I'm gonna leave that level in place, but I'm gonna switch it to a confirmation entry because we didn't trade into the level. We just gave it a touch and a move away. And so I'm gonna leave this level in place in case it comes back up here again. Nasdaq, this is actually the better opportunity for the long if we make it down to here today. Now we have seen on Fridays that we've been getting a gap down every Sunday for the past few weeks. So just be aware we're trading in here on a Friday. And I'm definitely more bearish than I am bullish today, primarily because of all of those upper wicks. All those upper wicks telling me that price is continuing to get rejected every time it tries to go higher in the overnights. In crude oil. So in crude, we were looking at this area here for a potential breakdown. We did get that breakdown yesterday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles later, we'd kind of gone nowhere. So if you closed it out, that's okay. If you stayed in it, that's still kind of okay as well, as it's still kind of moving. Never came back up. It hit the stop loss point, and there's a chance that price will continue to come down from here. So, as I'm looking at this, if you miss that breakout and you want to try another breakout, I think you've got an area right in here. If we get a retest back up, you may get a little bit of a retest back up into this region right here. Now, this is off of a purple line, so it's a smaller time frame. All right, next, gold. So looking here at gold, this was another one from yesterday, and this one worked out very, very well. So for anybody who took our gold trade, you got a nice little move away from here. We actually have continued our move down in our gold position. Now, if you stayed in just let me look at the J, just to kind of show that one, because if you stayed in it, you are just looking at the J contract. You've actually gotten a better move away than you did just from the original one, as it's moved away faster. With the contract rollover, however, with the rolling over to the new contract, it's not as sharp of a decline. So it's actually been a really nice move down. Now I need to take that level and remove it. I would take your stop, move it down to break even, but those are all pretty good levels and pretty good setups. So from yesterday's, live trade room, 3 of the 4 markets, the first 4 that we look at, all of them had some sort of an entry that is currently profitable. Now let's go look at the bonds and currency markets. So in our bonds and currency markets, bond market I talked about yesterday is that with our rates being where they are, the bonds really are having a hard time getting anywhere. We did rally a bit in the overnight session, so we'll see if we come back down and retest, maybe one of these low areas. There's a nice little wick over wick here just above a pivot low that's worth keeping an eye on. In the Aussie, we can see that the Aussie dollar, a little bit of a potential, I think, for a breakout above here, provided that I get enough basing the next time around. If we come back up into that region, we do still have a demand area down in here, but you can see that our currencies, not a whole lot that it gave us yesterday as far as an area and opportunity to get in on some of these things. The euro gaining a little bit of strength over yesterday as we saw the dollar having a bit of weakness. It is falling a bit in the overnights, so let's see if we drop down a little bit lower. If we do, it would be probably best to look for a breakdown below here. Although we may get a little reversal at this level up in here. Nah, that's already been touched. I'm going to leave that be. Canadian dollar. So our Canadian dollar level, we did rally up to our supply zone, and we've gotten a nice little move away from our supply zone. So if you took that Canadian dollar short, take your stop, move it down to just above this region in here, as the Canadian dollar is getting us a bit of strength. And so the next leg up would be somewhere up in this region here, as we're getting some strength in the Canadian dollar. So I would say you're at your first profit target in that 6C position, and if it continues to fall, we got another area of demand right in here. I think that we may get a reversal ahead of that somewhere in this region, but it's too messy. I'm not really interested in it because it's overly messy, and so I'll wait for price to come down into that area. Looking at our Great British Pound and Japanese Yen, the pound levels that we've been using have been very effective. Over the last couple of days, had a really nice long from this area down here. We rallied up into this region, and I've got a gray bar here because this was designed to be a breakout trade, so a really nice breakout trade in the pound. And then it came to our opposing fair price value area, which would have been our 60-minute level. And then we got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles later. It had done a whole lot of nothing. So you may have taken your stop and moving it to break even. If you didn't move it to break even, technically you've not even been stopped out yet, but you should probably be out of that position at this point because it looks like the next move up is another breakout to the upside. So now looking at that, I'm going to put a line here that I think that would be our next move. So a couple of really nice trades overall in some of these positions from yesterday's live trade room. Japanese yen was not a great trade from yesterday's live trade room as it popped above the pivot, so it would have been a stop out in that position in the overnight. Now, you did get a little bit of basing here before the level, taking your reward to risk down to about a 1-to-1, and so it may not have been a trade that was worth doing. So there is also that to consider as well. So as we head into the weekend, how do I protect myself? Well, the best way to protect yourself if you don't want to get hurt on a gap is to not hold any of these futures positions over a weekend. You can use options on futures. Go to tradersarmy.com. We have a free class on options on futures. Feel free to watch that one. If you go to the free trading education, you'll find the class on options on futures. Maybe it'll help you to understand how to protect some of these positions over the weekend. If you have any questions, as always, please feel free to shoot me an email, support@tradersarmy.com. Until Monday, I hope you guys all have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. See ya.